You are 35. You are sitting in a glass conference room on the fourth floor. It is a sweltering Thursday afternoon. Through the tinted window, you look down at the sprawling asphalt parking lot. A young candidate is walking into the complex straight from the highway exit, not driving, walking. His dress shoes are covered in a thick layer of dry grass dust. To get here, he had to walk the narrow concrete curb of a 45-mile-per-hour roadway. There is no sidewalk out there. The infrastructure did not plan for a person. It planned for a machine. At 35, you look at the dust on his shoes and you recognize the exact trap you spent a decade trying to outrun. You watch him enter the lobby. The receptionist looks down at his dusty feet before she looks at his resume. She asks if he found a parking spot easily. He smiles. He lies. He says he parked a block away to catch some fresh air. He is already hiding because he knows the world treats the man on foot as if he does not exist. It filters you out of the conversation before you can even speak. It makes you think about the metal shell we buy to close that distance. What happens when you upgrade that shell from $0 to $500,000? When you finally pull up to the curb, what does the world see first? Your soul or the chassis? People think the car reflects your aesthetic taste. They are wrong. It reflects your right to exist within the system's filter, not a preference. A permit. Level 1. $0. You are walking along the narrow gravel edge of a suburban boulevard. Cars blast past at 45 miles per hour. A semi-truck roars by, throwing a violent wave of displaced air that nearly knocks you sideways into the grass ditch. There is no pedestrian walkway out here. Your dress shirt is completely damp, sticking to the small of your back. With every step on the unpaved shoulder, a fine gray dust rises from the dirt. It clings to the wet leather toes of your dress shoes, turning the black polish into a dull, chalky film. You step into the air-conditioned building lobby. The hiring manager walks out to meet you. Before he looks at your face, his gaze drops directly to your feet. He clocks the highway dust on your shoes. He opens your resume, but the first question has nothing to do with your capability. Was it easy for you to find a parking spot? You smile. You lie. You tell him you parked in the back block to stretch your legs. You sit across from him, realizing the filtration has already happened. The system does not hate pedestrians. It was just designed as if they do not exist. Level 2. $3,500. It is midnight. You are waiting in the narrow drive-through lane of a fast food restaurant. The concrete walls on either side act as a megaphone. Your old Ford Focus idles hard, emitting a sharp, screeching belt noise that echoes violently off the raw brick. The driver's side window is broken, permanently jammed shut. You lean your left shoulder against the cold glass, feeling the engine's erratic vibration travel straight into your bones. Your facial muscles are locked tight. You pull them into a rigid mask, fighting the physical weight of shame, trying to look completely normal. You pull up to the window. Because the glass cannot roll down, you have to throw your weight against the handle, swinging the entire car door wide open into the narrow frame. Inside, the night shift manager looks out. He does not see a tired 27-year-old worker grabbing a late meal. He hears a screeching machine. He sees a metal door suddenly swinging toward him. His body instinctively tenses. He takes a half step back, his right hand slipping beneath the stainless steel counter where the silent security alarm rests. His filter has already processed the audio, a sound tattered by threat, not a customer, a suspect. You grab the brown paper bag. You pull the heavy door shut, letting the latch slam into place. The world did not wait to learn your name. It heard your budget and judged your safety before you could even say hello. Level 3, $15,000. You are driving a new acquaintance home. The machine is a silver 2015 Honda Civic. It runs completely smooth. The cabin is clean. There are no warning lights on the dashboard, no strange rattling noises, no faults. You flick the turn signal and glide into the driveway of her apartment complex. Before the tires come to a full stop, before your right hand can even shift the transmission into park, you hear the quick mechanical click of a seatbelt releasing. Her fingers are already wrapped around the plastic door handle. She is already leaning forward, preparing for a sudden, efficient goodbye. She does not linger. She does not look around the interior. She does not ask a single question about you. The vehicle is too safe, too invisible. It is a car so incredibly commonplace that it deliberately sanitizes any sense of romance or mystery. It strips away your identity and replaces it with a pure utility. To her, you are not a person with a history or a destination. You are a successful logistical arrival, A rideshare service that cost her $0. Not an identity, a utility. The rule at this level is simple. $15,000 buys you complete peace of mind from the flashing lights of a police car. But in return, it buys absolute indifference from human relationships. You have successfully stopped being a problem to the system. You have simply become a piece of urban furniture, muffled, functional, and completely unseen. Level 4. $55,000. You park your brand new Tesla Model Y in the driveway. The suburban neighborhood association is perfectly quiet. Your neighbor is out front. The same man who used to log formal noise complaints about the rattle of your old sedan. He stops his lawnmower. He kills the engine. He looks at the clean glass roof, nods, and gives you a slow, approving thumbs up. The system shifts instantly. The next morning, your phone screen lights up with automatic alerts. Your credit score has been recalculated and upgraded into the prime tier. Your electronic inbox is suddenly flooded with invitations for platinum credit cards. The digital filter has reclassified your worth. Your family looks at the vehicle and assumes you have finally entered the upper class. They congratulate you. They do not know you are working an extra 15 hours every single week just to satisfy the lender. A subprime contract, 9% interest. It is 2 a.m. You are sitting alone in the vehicle cabin, your face bathed in the cold glow of the neon ambient lighting. The air inside feels completely suffocated. Your thumb hovers over the glass screen of your smartphone, millimeters away from the button that reads Cancel Contract and Return Vehicle. Then you remember the lawnmower stopping. You remember the neighbor looking at you instead of through you. You drop your hand. You lock the phone. You choose to keep the trap, and you choose to suffer for it in absolute silence. Level 5. $90,000. You pull into the gravel driveway of the country club. The vehicle is a gleaming Porsche Macan. You turn the key, step out, and click the lock fob without looking back. A total reversal of gravity occurs the moment you walk onto the patio. Old classmates from the university see you approach. 10 years ago, these same men would throw a heavy, patronizing arm over your shoulder, laughing loudly, treating your quietness as a sign of economic defeat. Not today. They stop. They keep exactly 1 meter of physical distance from your coat. Their posture straightens, their voices drop an octave, and they begin choosing their words with a strange, calculated care. They look at you and speak as if they are suddenly interviewing an expert, a man you barely recognize from the old firm drifts over. He does not ask how your spirit is doing. He does not ask if you are happy. He immediately invites you to join a private equity venture. The room has already processed your arrival before you even open your mouth. You are not a single day smarter than you were last winter. You have not become kinder, more enlightened, or more capable. You have simply donned a suit of polished metal armor that the system automatically translates into unspoken respect. Your long pauses are no longer viewed as the awkward insecurity of a man trying to outrun his past. They are read as profound wisdom, not hesitation. Authority. Level 6. $180,000. You pull up to the heavy security gate of a 5-star international hotel. The vehicle is a Mercedes G-Wagon. The guard sees the chrome grille from 50 yards away. He does not reach for his clipboard. He does not step forward to interrogate you. He stands perfectly straight. He never asks you to roll down the window. He never demands a photo identification card, a driver's license, or proof of a reservation. He simply nods, gives a brief, respectful bow, and presses the automated button. The barrier swings wide open before your tires can even touch the white line. You glide past him without tapping the brakes. In the rearview mirror, you watch the barrier slam down instantly behind you. A $3,500 sedan is forced to a complete stop on the other side. The guard is already tapping on their glass, his face tight with suspicion. The architecture of the public space reveals its true nature. The gate was never designed to keep the facility safe. It was designed to keep the struggling out. The system automatically assumes that anyone wrapped in a $180,000 piece of engineering is already one of the owners of the game. The rules of the street did not disappear. They just switched to an automatic exemption, not a restriction, a price list. You realize that the boundaries of society are completely flexible. They bend the moment you can afford to pay for the silence. Level 7, $500,000. You do not drive this one. Someone else operates the controls. You sit in the back seat. The chaotic motion of the city slides by outside, completely silent and distant behind thick, double-layered tinted glass. The machine glides to a seamless stop directly in front of the velvet ropes and the bright red carpet of a major gala event. The driver steps out, walks around the long chassis, and pulls the heavy rear door wide open. You brace yourself. You tighten your jaw and prepare your face for the blinding flashbulbs, the desperate shouting of the media, and the sudden weight of hundreds of eyes turning to judge the person who has finally arrived at the absolute peak of the pyramid. The crowd swarms forward. The paparazzi press aggressively against the metal barricades, lifting their smartphones and heavy lenses into the air. But their eyes are completely dead to you. They are looking right past your face. Their glass lenses are trained entirely on the silver embossed lines stretching across the long hood. They are tracking the smooth, polished curve of the flying goddess emblem rising cleanly from the chrome. You step onto the pavement. A cameraman moves in fast, his shoulder hitting yours, unconsciously nudging your body entirely out of his frame. He is not trying to capture the man. He is just trying to clear your shadow out of the way so he can get a clean, unobstructed close-up shot of the front grille. Not an arrival, an eviction. You walk up the carpeted steps and enter the main venue. Not a single person looks you in the eye. Nobody acknowledges your presence. They are all still staring out at the driveway, watching the empty metal machine as it slowly backs away into the dark corners of the parking lot. Somewhere right now, the sun is setting over a suburban highway. A young man is standing on the grass shoulder. He stops, bending down to wipe the thick layer of dust off his cheap shoes before stepping toward the entrance of an office building. He looks out across the rows of clean, polished vehicles filling the parking lot. He feels that old, familiar ache tightening in his chest. He truly believes this entire story is about the engine, the leather seats, and the day his arrival will finally mean something to the people inside. He does not know. Every price tier changes how the world reads your outer shell, but the most expensive tiers do not make you visible. They simply build a cage so magnificent that the world completely forgets there is still a human being breathing inside it. You spend the first half of your life driving as fast as you can to escape the silence of being ignored, only to spend the second half paying a fortune to realize the exact same silence followed you all the way to the top.